Hey guys, and welcome to the Tabletop Alliance.
Hello everybody.
It's been a little while, but seeing as there is a brand new starter set released from Games Workshop for Middle-earth strategy battle game, we figured now would be a good time for us to jump back on.
Why not? Let's unbox some stuff and see what comes in the new set.
Yes, now first of all, quick shout out to Firestorm Games. As always, we got this through them. Definitely the best prices and best customer service available. So check out Firestorm Games, link in the description down below.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just go ahead and start opening, shall we?
Okie doke.
You may have noticed we are today in the Broken Sword studio, not in the Tabletop Alliance studio. It was just quicker that way.
It was. For only an unboxing, yeah. Makes life easier. It's like Christmas.
It is. I'm really excited. It's got that, like,
It's
Christmas smell.
It's the new Santa.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Ooh, nice big one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of plastic.
And there you go, that's everything. Figure it out.
So, as you guys may or may not know, the previous starter box from Games Workshop for this game was the Battle of the Pelennor Fields starter set.
Yes.
Now, that was a great box, brilliant value for money. It came with, like, I think 48 orcs, something crazy like that.
Yeah, a good
Somewhere
amount.
in that, maybe 24, I'm not quite sure. But a lot of orcs, there was a lot of Riders of Rohan, there was Men of Rohan, there was Dead Men of Dunharrow, there was a Mordor Troll, I think,
Yep.
and the Witch King on Fellbeast.
Yep.
King Theoden, a hardback rulebook, like so much value for money there. So
Yep.
this is essentially replacing that starter set, right?
Yeah, just to confirm, is it replacing or is it alongside our...
I believe it's replacing. I believe this
Okay.
is the brand new starter set now.
Okay, awesome.
So
Brilliant.
we haven't looked at the picture on the box. I'm guessing that tells us what comes in it. We're just going to go ahead and delve straight into the plastic, right?
Okay, yeah.
So-
Start picking things out.
What's this?
I don't know.
That
which one
looks
to pick.
like... What?
I mean, straight away we have a troll, which I like to see as well, that they have still included, like, the more Isengard-looking shield and stuff. They kind of give you all the varieties.
I quite like that there's options with these trolls.
Yes.
'Cause that's clearly one troll.
Yes, but then,
Um,
like, you see from there, there's a hammer, a mace, a sword. So, yeah, it's good.
Now this one I've picked it out and I've looked straight away at what I thought was like a warg or like bearskin or something at first glance, but I've realised it's Gothmog. It's Gothmog, all his options, and his warg, I guess, which is very cool. So you get a nice plastic hero there. I don't know about you guys, I much prefer this style model to the metal ones.
Yes.
I can't stand metal models.
100%.
It looks like, I'm looking at the options for weapons here, it looks like we've got a mace of some kind, a sword, we've got a nice shield here, a different kind of sword. There's loads of options.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I'm assuming, yes, okay, so there's a standing and foot version. Sorry, a standing and mounted version on this model. So cool.
Cool. Moving on, we got some Morannon orcs.
Gotta love the Morannon orcs. They're definitely the superior orc in this game. How many of them we got? 3, 6, 9, 12? 24? 24 orcs?
Yeah, I think so. And here we've got... Ooh, what's this one? Who have we got here?
I don't know. Let me see.
Oh, is that Faramir? Is that what I'm looking at?
Ooh, I think that's a Faramir.
We think that's a Faramir.
Again, I'm pretty sure, and we'll have to look at the book or the box when we get to it, but I'm pretty sure it's
stuff out first.
I think it's a brand new model.
Yes, and then we got a mixture of rangers and warriors of Minas Tirith. It's a nice little bit with these. For example, with the Minas Tirith, obviously it's only spears that are now additions, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they all look nice.
Yeah,
They just look so much better quality.
Yeah, I mean...
The detail just looks so much finer.
Also, obviously, we have a lot of Warriors of Minas Tirith and a lot of Rangers, but
Mm.
let's be honest. Can you ever have too many Rangers? I think the answer is no.
No. And then we move on to some of the more interesting stuff, at least for me.
Yeah, for sure.
The scenery.
We love a bit of terrain here at the Tabletop Alliance.
Yes, lots of walls, gates. I mean, when we see the pictures, it'll be a lot clearer what those things are meant to look like.
To be honest, it looks like there's even floor included in these.
Hey.
That's what that looks like to me. Does that not look like floor to you?
It does, actually, yes.
Which I don't think
And
we've seen before.
It's
which is
little
really
things
cool.
as well. Like, look, I don't know if you can tell too well on the camera, but look how thick those are for plastic.
Mm.
Because quite often with the plastic terrain and stuff, it's always thin and flimsy and just
Yeah.
feels a bit, when it's supposed to be like thick stone. And this
But
feels better.
even on this sprue, this feels heavy. It's got a
Yeah.
bit of weight to it, which is, yeah. It feels more like the 40k terrain, which is a big plus for me. Big
Yes.
step up right there. Oh,
Oh.
we have a map.
and a rules manual.
I think that's our 4th rules manual.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's worth pointing out that this, I believe, is an updated rule manual. So we will now have to play all of our games via that book.
Yes. I mean, I don't know how well you're going to be able to pick this up as well, but on the back of there, you can see a situation with the new Faramir and Gothmog molds. Looking very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed.
Now, there is also the Battle of Osgiliath booklet, which is in addition to the rulebook.
I believe there are a few scenarios inside of that, which are supposed to be quite fun.
Let's have a little look. What have we got? I'll look at this by myself, and then I'll show the camera if I find anything interesting. So, okay, Forces of Good.
Oh, this will help you as well. The model showcase of everything that was in there. So there you go. You got your Moran and Orcs, your Troll, your Gothmog, as well as your Warriors of Minas Tirith, Rangers, Faramir, is it Madril, sorry, and Ramrod.
Dude, we have got to do some of these scenarios. I know we're like one round into our Battle Companies tournament, but we've got to take a break and do one of these scenarios. I mean, looking at this picture, that's everything that's included. That's a lot of models. That's a lot of plastic. That's a good amount of terrain. There's another troll, like James said. A rules manual, which I think by themselves are like £30-40. So the value for these starter sets is fantastic. I mean, if I had it my way, I wouldn't buy anything other than starter sets from Games Workshop because the value is so good. When you take anything else into comparison, everything else suddenly seems ridiculously expensive. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to get the equivalent of all this separately, I can't imagine the actual cost it would be.
Oh, yeah, a lot. I also forgot that they've started adding on terrain as part of the hero models, which again is taking a page out of the 40k book. So if you can see that, you can see Faramir, Madril, and Ramrod there all have a little bit of the city terrain with them, which I think is fantastic. You look at like the 40k, like the Primarchs, for example, you look at Horus Lupercal and stuff, they come with big pieces of terrain, and it means that when you're not playing, when you're not battling, you can put them on your shelves and they just look so cool. So for me, that's a huge plus for this starter set, right from the start. What's under here? Oh, look at that. We even get, obviously we've got bases. It'd be a bit unfortunate if we didn't have bases.
Okay, that took me about 5 minutes, but I got into the rules manual.
Now this is interesting. One ruler. This is very much a two-player game, and they provided us with one ruler. I'm not sure.
Pelennor Fields had two. They had a green and a red.
It did. I'm very. Is that supposed to be the case? I'm pretty sure in in a two-player box set starter set, surely you are provided with two measuring sticks, I guess. No, the picture literally shows one.
Okay, we have to share.
That's a strange
it's a game for
decision.
sharing.
Well, I guess it's it's not too difficult just to pass it across the table. We used to do that with a tape measure all the time anyway.
Yeah. They've even updated the what you need to play stuff with the new starter sets in there as well.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, but obviously very much looks, as we know, there's going to be little changes within or throughout. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pick up all those now, so.
No. Yeah, so overall, it looks like we have 24 Moran and Orcs, I believe was the total count. Was it 12 Rangers, 12 Warriors of Minas Tirith?
Yep.
So we're looking at 24 standard warriors each, and then the evil side have a troll and a mounted Gothmog as their heroes, and the good side obviously have Faramir, Ramrod, and Madril. So a really good amount of individual models and warriors there, and obviously on top of that you get 4 pieces of terrain, which again, in my opinion, is a really good amount. You can do so many different versions of different scenarios with that amount of terrain. You can mix up your battlefield over and over again just by changing the angle of a building.
Yes.
By allowing the evil side to start with more cover. And you can completely make a brand new battle every time, over and over again, just with 4 pieces of scenery.
Yeah, and looking at that, I do like, obviously it is exactly what you would expect from a starter set, but they're very fair teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, I guess the good guys have a hero and 2 minor heroes, but the bad guys have a better hero overall and a troll.
Oh, yeah.
So I do think that these actually seem like very even lineups. Because sometimes you do find with these, don't you, that one side always wins.
Yeah.
And I think with this one, it is actually probably quite a fair 50-50 type situation.
Yeah, I agree. I also really like the branding and the colour scheme. Just that kind of green to yellow, blue fade looks nice. And again, 20 years on from the release of the Lord of the Rings movies, it's still nice to see the visuals from the greatest trilogy of all time being used to advertise a game. Which, at least to us, I guess because we're so in it, still seems very alive.
Yeah, it does. It very much does.
It's no 40k in terms of sales, I'm sure, but it's a fantastic game in our opinion. If you're thinking of getting into this game, if maybe you've watched some of our battle reports in the past and you've been kind of waiting for that opportunity to get involved, this is the place to start. It's the most common and up-to-date rule set, and it gives you exactly what you need for 2 players to play. And you can swap back and forth. You can do smaller point counts and do different battles. You can do different scenarios. This, if you just had this, you could play a game a week for a year and not get bored.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident with that. So yeah, great value for money overall. Again, massive thanks to Firestorm Games for the quick shipping. As always, link in description. I think that's it. What's your thoughts on the set, James?
I'm very impressed. I feel like they've taken the Pelennor Fields and done... If anything, they've stepped up their game with the added terrain.
Yeah.
And they've basically gone... I mean, okay, technically we might say these are things we would have liked, 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But better late than never. And if it gets new people back into the game, helps give it a new lease of life, I think that's a great thing.
I agree. I'm really excited to put this terrain together and see what we can add to our battles. I think our next battle probably will be something from this. What do you think?
I think it has to be.
I think it has to be too. If you want to see a battle from this box set, let us know in the comments down below which scenario you'd like to see. They're listed in the booklet there, so if you've got your own copy, let us know. If not, if you can think of something original, we're happy to hear suggestions. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time on the Tabletop Alliance.
Bye, guys.